Well, Mother's Day is this Sunday. You gonna call your moms? You better. I tell you, there's no love sweeter than the love between a mother and a child. Now, I know my wife loves me, but I'm reasonably sure she doesn't love me like she loves our two sons. I see the way she looks at them, and I know she's never looked at me that way. You know, it's kind of humbling because you realize at some point, you know, you're just a date that worked out. I don't want to get off on a rant here, but parenting is the most important job on the planet, next to keeping Gary Busey off the nation's highways. And Gary, if you're watching. The reason parenting is becoming increasingly crucial is that we now live in a world that's more fucked up than Peter O'Toole on his birthday, you know. I used to scoff at the art of parenting. When I was single, I was walking down the street one day in New York City. I saw a guy with one baby in a carriage wailing like a prison siren, and another baby master blastered onto his back in a Sapien holster. He was feeding both of them a combination of Cheerios, Wyback crackers, and Juicy Juice from a baggie he had scotch taped to his chest hair. All the while, he was pulling baby wipes out of a belly pack like a coked-up Baccarat dealer going through a four-deck shoe, and I swore I would never end up like that. Well, you know something? A couple of years later, I did become a parent, and guess what? I'm still not that fucked up. And for that matter, I still don't have any chest hair. But I do have a firm grasp of the fact that the most important job I'll ever do is that of parenting. It's that simple, folks. Kids are the sponge. You are the super soaker. You know, it seems that teachers, friends, and neighbors alike all know where a child's behavior is coming from. But often the parents themselves are in denial. I remember once my kid got in trouble for saying to his teacher, "What time is fucking recess?" And I remember thinking, oh, where in the fuck would he get something like that? You know, but he never did that. You're a good boy, Holden. It was a joke. Be it swearing or loving or hating, we undeniably impact our children. So I propose the following. Make parenting illegal unless you first get a license. It would go something like this. A man who wanted to have a child would have to prove he was responsible, earned enough money for food and clothes for the kid, and would commit enough of his time and wisdom to ensure the rest of us that the kid wouldn't end up in a Texas bell tower with a high-powered rifle and a grudge anytime in the near future. As for the woman, same deal. But she has to also promise not to make him wear her dresses while she hems them, the pins sticking his tender calves, the humiliation slowly destroying his young will to be the world's funniest comedian. Sorry. And then there's the main reason, the definitive reason, the sadly serious reason that you should have to be licensed to have a child. Seems to be a shocking rise in the incidence of child abuse on this planet, and I think it augurs for the end of the world. I understand man's inhumanity to man. Adults are violent, amorphous blobs that careen around the planet. Occasionally they brush up against another individual, and hey, their life must end. All right. I think we all dig that transaction. We're big boys and girls. We dig our own graves, but when did we start bleeding it into the innocents? You've got to promise me, if you're watching me tonight, and you ever get to the point in your life where you're so puzzled, confused, frightened, or broken that you feel the only way out is to either abuse or molest a little kid, well, then you've got to kill yourself. You have got to lean into the strike zone and take one for the team. Listen, in an age where a child can be left unsupervised in a trailer with Beavis and Butthead on the TV and a book of matches within easy reach, a license to procreate starts to make a whole lot of sense. If you're still unconvinced, let me put it to you another way. Cato Kalin is a father. All right? Our society is increasingly made up of people whose parents completely bailed out on them. You want to do something about it? Don't bail out on your kids. How's that for a simple can-do? Rise up out of the mire of your own narcissism and get selfless, for Christ's sake. You want a better world? The seeds for it are right there in your own house. Be good to those tiny humans laying there on the living room floor watching cartoons. Give them a sense of your past, a nurturing present, an optimistic future, and no return to favor by giving you the same in spades, my friend. If you can stare between the stars into the blackness of the heavens and say with a smile on your face to whomever or whatever it is that you believe in out there, I'll do anything and everything it takes to be a good parent, then you're ready. Almost. Get yourself a copy of The Lion King. Now you're ready. Of course, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I want to know what you think.